Hello and welcome back to another episode of CaseyBuilds Live. I was a bit of a doofus and accidentally started the stream a few minutes early today, which is why things might have looked a little bit different on your end if you were waiting for things to start. Just a very simple slip of the finger and boom, we're streaming. So accidentally hit the button that I wasn't supposed to hit until 30 seconds ago. So anyway, we'll edit that out after the stream is over and make it look a little bit more polished, like we know what we're doing around here. Today is day 2 of the build for Slave 1, Boba Fett's, or I guess Jango Fett's ship, and then Boba Fett's ship. We made it about halfway through yesterday. We have a very cool... Let's go ahead and just switch cameras right now. Got a very cool ship that we're starting on here. Got the bottom bits of it done. And now we're going to go ahead and just fill out the rest of the top of it. So we're ready to just keep on moving. We finished up 7 of the 13 bags yesterday. Maybe 14. Can't remember. And so we're halfway done. So we can just keep on trucking today, and we'll see if we can't finish this thing in a couple of hours. Lex has already been hard at work sorting the trays as usual. So one of the things that I had mentioned quite a bit yesterday, that I'm going to mention a little bit more right now, that makes this set really, really cool and is something that's not totally uncommon for Star Wars sets. But one of the things that I like about this one in particular is it's got a very healthy mixture of both Technic pieces and standard Lego pieces. And usually if you're building one type of set or the other, you have one type of piece or the other. But particularly with sets like this, where you're building a ship or something like that needs to have a whole lot of internal structure, that is exactly what Technic excels at. So you get all that stuff on the inside, and then on the outside you have all of these other pieces to give it the shape and look that is appropriate for one of these ships. So it's fun to see the way they blend the different types of pieces to accomplish these things. So yesterday we saw some neat ways where you had some uncommon flips of the Technic pieces, to have studs going in different directions so that we could mold things a little bit better. I'm sure we'll see a little bit more of that today. So one of the silly issues I had to deal with, all of this stuff is obviously very relative. So yesterday I was talking quite a bit about the new gaming PC that I had purchased, and I was excited to get it all set up and start using it. Well, I did get it set up yesterday, and I think I might have mentioned... what kind of timeline are we dealing with? I think I had set it up prior, but it was not yet fully operational, in the sense that the monitor that I have is old enough that it doesn't work with the graphics card that is in the new PC. Too good of a graphics card, too old of a monitor. The monitor's still great, and I have a lot of sentimental attachment to it. So I'm not quite ready to get rid of it yet, and so I ordered an adapter, which showed up, and that actually showed up this morning. I plugged it in, and it did not work. So I've already sent it back, and have ordered another adapter, which just means that I'm going to have to continue to... Oh, that's right, I made my comment about the old people mode on the computer yesterday. That's right, I did mention this. That was my faux pas. Anyway, it just means that I'm going to get to continue to enjoy seeing everything on my screen blown up really big. Hopefully the new monitor, or the new adapter, it said it had a 1-day shipping, so it should be here tomorrow, which is kind of remarkable. What a time we live in. I actually had tried searching local shops around here, Fry's and Central Computers, things like that. But unfortunately, my monitor is old enough that these shops don't really carry a lot of that stuff in stock, since it's a pretty unique use case, unique and old use case. So I'm relegated to ordering online and waiting, but waiting one whole day really is not all that bad. I can persevere and deal with it. Luckily, the computer is still perfectly usable once you are in a game. None of the games that I play the most, particularly the Blizzard games, really push the envelope with what they expect for your computer to be able to handle graphics-wise. They are kind of the lowest common denominator in that regard, and they've been around a long time. So they've gotten incremental updates, but there are plenty of newer games that really push the boundaries of what you can expect from computer graphics. And the games that I enjoy playing don't really do that. So while it is a bit of a nuisance, it's not a total showstopper. So just to keep things in perspective, things could be much worse, and I acknowledge this. And really, all things considered, even if I couldn't use the new computer until the adapter arrives way in the future tomorrow, it's not like I don't have enough stuff to keep myself busy. So, or other computers I can use, or game consoles, or movies. Yeah, it's
books you could read.
Books I could read. Life could be worse. Books I could listen to. How about that?
There you go.
Hello there, motherboard. Oh, I would not think to go to Barnes & Noble to get a whole bunch of Lego sets.
You could just leave it at you don't think it's going to Barnes & Noble.
I happen to love going to Barnes & Noble. Thank you very much. I love the smell of all the books. And I've spent a lot of time in the computer book section of Barnes & Noble. So as much fun as you want to make fun of me for not reading certain types of books, there are certain types of books that you haven't spent a whole lot of time reading either. Thank you very much.
Well, if you want to tell me numbers of books read, I've got you beat handily. So
Computer books?
types of books, just book total.
No, I'm limiting it to just computer books.
Book total. And I've got you book.
Well, sure you do. But, Cordy, I do not know if the Valley Fair Lego store is open. I would assume they might be. Lego is essential, yes. But in the spirit of sheltering in place and being as responsible as possible, has not really occurred to me to go try to buy anything there in a long time. Though, if some of these boxes get here shipped and get here and they're all dinged, then I might just have to sally forth and brave the mall for a quick trip to return them. Basically, I'm trying to do my best, but if fate doesn't think that's possible, then I'll make the most of it. Oh, we have stickers. See, that's one of the things. I feel like the newer sets, the sticker application is tied more closely to the same step that you put the piece down. Like this one, it's the following step, so it's not that bad. But earlier, when there were some of these other pieces, they didn't have you put the stickers on until basically the end of the bag, which means if you're building it like this, you kind of have to flip forward to see which pieces need to go where because of said stickers. So thankfully in the newer sets, I feel like they have you place the piece and the sticker at the same time. Oh, almost caught that one. Which, if there's going to be stickers, is better. Thank you, Cordy. That is good to know. Potentially important intel.
I don't know if she's watching it. She needs her phone right now.
I had intended to.
I don't know if she's watching it.
Let's see. Also, Carol, I know you usually don't type in the chat here, but if you're out there watching, a very happy birthday to you. Lex's mom turns 29 today. Maybe. That would be weird considering Lex is older than her, but we'll just go with it. And I know Ariel made it a very special day by turning the house into Disneyland, as that is what Carol wanted for her birthday, was a trip to Disneyland. And I doubt she really thought that was going to happen. But Ariel did her best and decorated it as best she could to make that possible. Oh, well, look at everybody that's popping up all of a sudden. Oh, hello all the way up in Montana. Hello, Bo James. Nintendo Shed. Oh, Well, your Nintendo set might have shipped this morning. Mine, I haven't gotten an email yet. I logged in to check because Mecha Dragon had mentioned that his is shipped as well. And so I hadn't gotten an email. I looked on the account part of the Lego website, and mine still says in warehouse, which is not shipping. So it would appear that I have overstayed my welcome with Lego, and they no longer are concerned about keeping my business. So
That's because they know they have your business forever.
so you guys are all now responsible for keeping the oh no, I put the wrong something somewhere. Oh man. Oh, I wonder if it's that one. Ooh, that would be so easy to fix. Oh, it is. Okay. So as you can see, there are two very similar pieces. One black, one gray. And earlier, I put a black one where a gray one was supposed to be, because on this step that I'm on now, it needs two black ones. Luckily, we can spin that around and get to it. Crisis averted. It's always nice when there's an easy fix. Okay, we got an extra blaster here for Mando. Okay, this attaches here. What in the world? Oh, they want us to take the Mandalorian's other blaster from him. Attach that over here. Okay, we can do that. That's not too tough.
Are you doing shots today for mistakes?
Oh shoot. Well, I dropped a piece. I don't think that's a mistake. That's just Butterfingers. Yeah.
Really?
I'll do one. Go give me one.
What do you want?
I don't care. I need to try to get this piece out. Come on. Oh, it's really in there. Where'd it go? Well, today has been an interesting day for mistakes. Okay, there's a piece inside here. There it is. Ah, I've extricated it. Very good. Oh man, now my blaster fell apart. Oh. This might be an interesting day if we're doing shots. Yeah. Okay. All problems have been fixed. Lex is downstairs pouring. So Bo James, you got your email notification about the NES. Does yours also say? Let's see here. Mecha Dragons. I believe he said his was a estimated delivery date of August 7th, which he accompanied with saying, "I guess I know what I'm doing this weekend." So. Perhaps if I end up getting my NES this week, maybe we could all do we could build our Nintendos at the same time on the weekend or something. Who knows? All right. Well, that is the end of that bag. Alex is still downstairs pouring, so. Wow, that is dedication. She's actually already laid out all of the pieces that belong on the cookie tray. She's already laid them out in preparation for the cookie tray. Like, that is another level of dedication.
I poured a shot for myself to make it even better and carry them all at the same time.
You poured a shot for yourself as well?
Yeah.
What did you? Oh,
Make up for yesterday.
that's thoughtful. Wait, what's all that?
Well, it's a chaser if you want it.
Oh, who needs a chaser? What am I? Is that Fireball?
No.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Cheers. What? Oh, I'll wait. Am I waiting? No, I'm waiting. Okay. Good, clean fun here on CaseyBuilds. Well, hello, Aunt Nancy. You made it in time to watch me drink my punishment. Oh, you're not gonna?
Well, I was gonna, but then you didn't go downstairs.
No, I waited.
Oh, well.
Okay, well now I'm gonna. So, cheers. Yum. Okay. One mistake down.
Yeah, maybe I should have poured extra just in case.
No, we're going to. We're dressing for the job we want. We're planning for success. No more mistakes.
I think you owe some from yesterday.
It's nice having all of my aunts out there. Almost all of my aunts. We got Auntie Ann out there still. Yeah, she might be watching this. I know she's on I think she's on Facebook. No, my cousins are on Facebook. Kind of mumbling. All right, so we're building more interesting shapes with some flavor bits, and it just fits right in there. So the shaping of all of this stuff, it's just they do a really good job. Oh, well, hello, Taryn. Didn't know you were out there watching too. Outstanding. That's so much fun. Okay. So, let's see. This needs to line up on that guy right there. So right now... Shoot. Oh.
I'm gonna go pour it out of the shot.
That wasn't... Okay. That's embarrassing. Okay, well, let's see. That's supposed to get in there. Maybe we'll have a sip of... Okay, well, I can't... There. I can actually. There. what I was going to say is on this side over here, we got all these, there's all these studs around here that we're going to build out from. So this was the first thing we just attached over here. And we kind of need to figure out, sort of right in the middle of a whole bunch of stuff, but you can kind of figure out which way it's supposed to align.
Do you smell toast?
You know what? This is... I was talking about how great this set is, and it's really...
Messing you up.
It's making... There. Okay. We're back on track. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Except we don't know... Yeah, no, we do. There's no stickers yet. Yeah, she's gonna go get another one.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, hey. There you go. If you're gonna pour a shot in a clean shot glass every time, we're gonna run out of shot glasses real quick today.
I think you underestimate how many shot glasses we have.
Okay. Having a great day here. Thank you, motherboard. Yes. The set was poorly conceived. Here's another thing too. A lot of these model sets, a lot of the time, have, the flat sorts of pieces like this guy here, because they hold together better, and they let you shape. Yay. That was punishment.
That was just the key.
Was it?
Yeah.
Tasted cinnamony.
Nope.
Pretty soon we're not going to be able to really taste much anything around here anyway, so that's fine. Okay.
You were saying.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. So normally a lot of these sorts of sets, particularly the modeling ones, have the flat pieces because it lets you get a much more more detailed shape to things. This one is interesting because there's actually a lot of just good old-fashioned standard 2x4 tall Lego bricks, and some of these, like, these aren't some of the more classic pieces, but they're still big fat chunky bricks, and you don't get a lot of those with these sorts of sets usually, and it's kind of fun getting them every once in a while. So yeah, DoorDash tonight, definitely.
What are we directing? Marble?
No,
Oh,
but the number of shots we're doing, we're probably going to be DoorDashing.
are you sure?
I don't know. Okay, it looks like that sticker is on. See, one of these 4 pieces has a sticker on it, and I don't know which one it should be. Okay, it's that one. That goes that way. Sticker over here. Okay. So this is exactly what I was talking about. I'm trying to build this thing, but since the stickers are already on the pieces, thankfully, it's nice that I don't have to apply them, but since they don't actually tell you which stickers go where until much deeper into the instructions, you kind of have to cheat a little and flip forward to figure out which one you're supposed to use.
You're gonna have a hard time getting these on the other tray.
Aw.
There's a lot.
Okay.
Little ones.
Okay. Lex is telling me that I'm going to really enjoy this next tray because of how many little itty bitty pieces there are in it. Which means how hard it's going to be for me to get all of the pieces out with my big old fingers. For those. Okay. Ready for the next step. Yeah, we just had hot dogs for lunch today. A delicious lunch. Haven't really gotten as far as thinking about dinner yet, but oh, stir fry. Lex says we're having stir fry for dinner. No DoorDash necessary. Alright. Where are these things? I'll hold this up as soon as I get these pieces in here. This set is doing some really interesting detail work. So Lex is currently grumbling about how hard of a time she's having putting the pieces into the tray. So it definitely doesn't bode well for me having to remove them. Wow, look how fast the ice is melted in this thing. It's warm in here. Actually, question. I accidentally, before the stream started, hit the wrong button. This was not the button that started the stream early. I hit a different wrong button before the stream started that also changed some of my audio settings. So, do I sound the same today as I normally do? I think I replaced, redid the settings the way they normally are. But if I'm off, please let me know, and I can tweak them a little bit. Like I said, I think I fixed it all, but this program is complicated. So if nobody says anything, I'm going to assume that everything's fine with the audio. Sounds the same, everybody? Okay, good. Okay, so what you can watch as I try to do this. This piece slides in down here and fits in underneath, but there's something that it's catching on right now. Sound the same, but there's a pulsing sound going on. I don't know what the pulsing could be. Anybody else hearing a pulsing sound? There. Oh, I was going to hold that up and show you the there'll be detail work on this other side. I have no idea what the pulsing could be. And yeah, we still haven't figured out Lex's mic. Yeah. So one thing that I would like to try, assuming it doesn't degrade the audio quality here, we have a box fan over there, that I don't think the mic will pick up, but let's turn it on. And okay, Lex just turned it on. Let me know if you guys can hear the whooshing from the fan. If you can, we're going to turn it off. But especially with the number of shots that I'm probably going to keep taking today. Oh, Cordy hears it. Yeah, okay. Oh, wait, no. Wait. Maybe he hears... Cordy, are you talking about the pulsing? Or are you talking about the fan? Which can you hear? A little, not distracting. Is that low? Okay. I'm gonna opt to leave this on, leave the fan on for now. Because as it gets warmer in here, it gets hard for me to hold the pieces sometimes. My hands get a little clammy. Alright. Cordy, I can see that you sent me a video about the pulsing. Not distracting. Okay, thank you, everybody. Yeah, we're going to keep the fan on. Thank you for the video. I will, assuming it's, I hope it's not too bad. And if, Cordy, if you're the only one that can hear it, I'm curious why that is. But, I will look at that when the stream ends, unless it becomes a bigger issue. Have you heard the pulsing before? Or is this the first time? Survivable. Okay. I appreciate your sacrifice and understanding. It's weird. I wonder if I go back and listen to this stream once it's done, if I'll hear it as well. Obviously, such imperfections, they are not acceptable. First time. Huh. Okay. This is what I intended to hold up last time. You can see there's all sorts of interesting detail work going on here. And it looks like there's like some struts going across here, and they're built using the old fire hose, garden hose nozzle pieces to make it look like they're struts that go across. But there's just lots of neat detail work on that, and it's not too much to bug the snot out of me like it can, but it just really gives it a nice mechanical look here. Oh, I'm missing a piece. Do you have a little flat 1x2 black piece? Perhaps it is in a future bag that I accidentally... See, that's not a now mistake. That was a previous mistake, and I've definitely had enough to drink. Oh, extra piece bag. Nope. Well, that's odd. Where in the world would that little piece have gone? Well, that's an easy enough spot to get to, so you might find that at some point. You see one? No, it's got to be flat on the top. Close. How in the world have I lost that piece? Well, while Lex looks for that, we're going to keep putting this guy together here. Because that piece will end up right here, which we can easily get to when we find it. And if for some reason, it's not on the tray. For some reason that piece has just disappeared from existence. That is an easy enough piece to find in all of my other bags. That's okay, don't worry about it. If we come, nope. If we come across it, that's fine. You don't need to start dumping everything out. Okay, and we're building 2 of these. What an uncharacteristically exciting day here on CaseyBuilds. Normally everything goes off so smoothly. Okay. There's some more neat, just very Star Warsy looking pipes, I guess. And it needs to go in here. Makes it look like it's a support for the wing. Oh, it very well might actually be a support for the wing. Not just something that appears to be. Okay. Last 2 pieces of this tray will actually, yeah. So the wing will actually tie into that support there on both sides. There, so now, as you can see, I was showing you this before. You can see as the ship rotates, the wing actually stays level to the flat surface of the table here. So, very cool. That's one of the things I really like about this one. Those sorts of, I love it when there are moving parts. Just in general, thank you. But even more so, I love it when the pieces are like this, when it's constructed like this, and the parts will move without any sort of interaction. Like when there's gravity-based things, I think it's wild that they can build things like that. So, gosh darn it, what did I break off now? I remembered this set being a lot more sturdy than it is. I just heard something. Okay. Apparently what I heard was next door, and it's not. Doesn't matter. Oh, it's just out of frame, but you guys got to see. So one of the things that Lex has started to do, you can see all of up here, all of these pieces, all of the connector bits, she stands on end, so they're easy to grab. But I need a little bit more table space though. How's everybody's weekends going? Anybody have anything exciting to share today? Anybody else been dealing with the frustration of having the wrong adapter for their computer they just ordered, or any exciting news? Taryn, I don't know what you'd normally sort of hobbies you normally have, but what are you spending time doing? Lego love, yes. You what? Thought you loved my chair. What size jelly roll pan does Lex use for knolling? Good question. Standard? That's the way you set out all of the pieces. Yeah, what are the dimensions of this thing? 12 by 8? No. 14 by...
Yeah, I think on the back.
Oh, I'll just says on the back of the pan. I should just
I think
lift it up and look at the bottom.
so.
Okay. I'll do that after I finish this one. Yeah. I don't know if there is a standard size cookie sheet, but I feel like anytime I've seen one, it's been roughly this size. Riding horses. Oh. Suppose that's what one does when one lives in Montana. Very good. I've got some Lego horses, and some of my medieval sets. What?
Much cheaper.
Yeah, much cheaper. Yeah, much less upkeep. Taryn competed in a barrel racing event after breaking his thumb 2 days ago. Holy cow! What a champion! That's impressive.
You know, you just never forget it checked and it's never broken. That's my motto.
One of the things that Lex says that used to be applicable, much more applicable when she was playing football, was if you don't get it checked, it's not broken. Or what was the other thing? It's not broken until the end of the game?
Yeah.
Is that the other?
Yep. It's not broken till the game's over.
It's not broken until the game's over. I'm sure any doctor would confirm that. All right, 5, 2 of these, 1 of these, and 1 of those. Man, I get so thirsty when I'm not making mistakes. So one of the things that Lego does, can't think of the right way to describe why they would do this, but so right now you can see with this piece here, how freely it spins on the rod that we have going through there. One of the things, I don't know what an omoxy is. Is that a game? So one of the things that Lego does to give a little bit of resistance here, instead of having either different size rods or holes, they will use these 8-tooth gears, and they aren't attached to anything other than being right next to each other like this, and it makes it so that it can still spin, but it's a much more controlled spin. So they do this in the Technics, and like in the car Technic sets too. The transmission on the Bugatti and the Porsche, I think they do that for the paddle shifters. It gives a little bit more tension. It doesn't restrict it from moving, but it gives it a little bit more tension, so that it feels like a much more a solid crank, I guess. So it's one of their little tricks that they do. I'm still interested in knowing what an omoxy is, though. That's an interesting term that I am unfamiliar with. All right. Is that a type of horse? Maybe? Oh, an am I saying it right? Omoxy? Similar to a rodeo, bunch of individuals competing, cowboy stuff. Oh. Well, I'm curious if Cordy, being the Texas man that he is, if he's ever been to an omoxy. Seems like something that a Longhorn could be a part of. So right now we're building a interesting piece of the structure. There's this boom that comes out the back because there's actually a kind of a rounded part of the structure that comes up here. You'll see it when it's done, but it actually has some weight bearing again, and that's due to the way that the Technic set holds itself together. Just fun. Omoxy, got it. Not omoxy, omoxy. Saying it wrong. So it sounds like the sort of rodeo one could do with social distancing, if it's all individual events, so you can be responsible. No omoxy. Have you heard the term omoxy before, Cordy? It's not like something somebody could major in. Indian games on horseback. Okay. So it's like a more rugged and native version of polo. No? That's not what we're going with? Actually, yeah, that's a good question. Does anybody... I suppose we have people all over the country at this point watching the stream that are in steer areas. Never heard of it. Is polo something that anybody in Texas or Montana cares about? My hunch is no. But y'all have your horses, so curious. Or is that a totally different type of horse activity? There we go. By the way, credit to you, Lex. These have been laid out very well, and I have not had an issue grabbing them out of the tray.
Hey.
Kudos to you, madam. Totally unrelated, but Lex and I watched the old Errol Flynn Robin Hood yesterday. It's the first time I ever saw that. Very good movie. And it was difficult for me to not see all of the characters in the movie as the characters from the Disney's Robin Hood animated classic. Particularly Lady Cluck. She was Maid Marian's lady-in-waiting in the movie, but every time she spoke, she sounded like a chicken. So I don't think Disney really even needed to use all that much creativity to turn her into Lady Cluck. It was sort of... that one sort of wrote itself. Punchin' Dogies. I don't know what that means, but it sounds very rustic. Also, I don't know what a dogie is. You guys... You Texans speak an entirely different version of English than the rest of us. Alright, this is cool. So, there's some very oddly shaped things, or oddly angled things going on here, as you can see. These are not parallel to one another. But because of the Technic structure that we have, we're able to have the what is the appropriate shape for Slave 1. But because of that, we're doing some really neat things with some very unusual things with this set to keep them solidly in place with this structure. Oh, I see. Driving cattle. Huh. Punchin' Dogies. How exciting. Today I learned. I'm more of a Billy Crystal city slicker. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18. Perfect. Okay, we need all of those. John Wayne movies. Right on. Okay. Fun fact about John Wayne, Lex's uncle? Who was it that came across John Wayne in a hotel room?
Oh, that's Uncle Steve's dad.
Oh, not Lex's uncle. Her neighbor, who they call Uncle Steve, his dad, one time
Had drinks with John Wayne.
had drinks and played poker. Were they playing
I
poker?
think so.
They were playing cards
I
in a
remember went to high school with Jane Russell.
in a random hotel room with John Wayne one time. Oh, yippee-ki-yay! Did I do that right?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Another fun fact: if you, because when I think of yippee-ki-yay, it makes me think of Die Hard. And if you are watching Die Hard on TBS, and they're showing you the made-for-TV edit version, at the end of the movie, when Bruce Willis says his famous line, it's "Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon," instead of the other words. So, Mr. Falcon. All right. We're going to have another sticker issue on this one, but luckily they have the sticker right there, so it will not be an issue after all. Great. More big, chunky Lego pieces. Thin, not chunky Lego pieces. What do you want from me? Okay.
Did you see I gave you the Star Wars glass?
Oh, I did not see that.
It's really thin though, you gotta be careful with it.
So, yeah. So the tumbler that Lex gave me my drinking, well, the chaser I didn't need to chase with, in the bottom of the glass, it's actually a Death Star. You can see right here. That's where the laser array should be. It's kind of hard to see on screen, especially when I'm trying not to spill soda all over myself. But, yeah. It's got a Death Star in the bottom of the tumbler. All right. This attaches here. We are nearly done with bag 9. I think we're on.
You're on 10.
This is bag 10. Wow, we're flying along. Do, 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 do. Okay, you're going to get to see another special piece. So one of the things that I hate doing is putting stickers on the clear window pieces. But that's one of the things they do, especially for cockpits, to get the pillars and things down. They have you apply stickers to them to make it look like it's not just one big clear piece of plastic. This, however, this piece was an exclusive piece designed for this set to give the cockpit the correct shape. So it's a... I don't know if it's shown up in any other sets since then, but it was designed specifically for Slave 1. So sometimes when there's an exclusive piece, this isn't an issue that I usually have, because I tend to just stick to building the sets as I get them from Lego. But a lot of the people who make their own sets, there are certain pieces that they look for, because every once in a while somebody has a very special use case, and when there's sets like this that have these single pieces, it makes them a little bit more sought after. And you can barely see it, but they put the Mandalorian in the cockpit here, so we're going to go ahead and put him in there too. Put him right there. And one thing that you can see here before I put the shell on, the seat actually rotates as well. It will not auto level itself. It's a little too rigid in there, but it will rotate correctly so that when you're flying face up, it's faced the right way. So we'll leave him in that mode, because when it goes on the display stand, it's actually vertical, not horizontal. So, but this is kind of cool. One of the other things that Lego does, you can see here, these three connectors, the two on the outside are the axles, whereas the one in the middle is the grabber. This has 3 holes, so the axles kind of help just guide it, whereas if you had 3 grabber connector bits here, it would hold a little too tight. But because it's only using the axles, having the one grabber in there makes it so that it's easier to remove it when you want to get into the cockpit. And I'm having a hard time doing that while I'm holding it. So, and naturally I just busted off another piece. It's supposed to go right there. I've never broken off this many pieces on a set that I've been working on. It's crazy. Okay, bag 11. We're an hour in. Does it go to 12 or 13? 13. We got this and 2 more to go, so we'll definitely be done by 4. Easy peasy. As you can see, we're actually getting pretty close. Like, we've got a pretty complete thing here. We just kind of need to build out the... When the ship is constantly when there's no constant up on the ship, it's hard for me to really know whether to call things the tail or the front or what. So this area of the ship, we still need to finish that off. So I'm curious, is an Omoxy the sort of thing that you could see on ESPN or CMT? No, you could not. Okay. Let's I would have to like search for it on YouTube. I assume. In California, they call it. I don't know if that's the full Gimich. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody around here use a word like that. Oh, I only know that word because there's a guy named Ken Block who does that. Who does that with cars? Usually like little, like Ford Fiestas, but super souped up Ford Fiestas. He'll race all around different areas. Like he's got one where he's going through a bunch of shut down streets in San Francisco, where he's flying around in his car. I've watched tons of that. So doing that on a horse, that makes sense. I understand now. I've seen it with a few more horsepower than one horse. Yeah, I think Ken Block, if you were curious, if you Googled or went to YouTube and searched for Ken Block, you could, I'm confident you would, the first thing that would pop up for you would show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Hey, so they're not allowed to play contact sports anymore. Can I do horse riding instead?
Is that, I mean, we can talk about it.
Horse riding super.
You what?
I said horse riding super.
That's why I didn't say yes. Oh. I will have to look for those videos. Curious to see what that looks like. So like I said, I'm only familiar with Gymkhana with a car. So doing those sorts of things with a horse kind of blows my mind. Okay. All right. I feel like we should have a timer counter right now of like it's been so many steps or minutes since making a mistake. Right? That's right. Good. Okay. All right. getting close to being done with this area here. It's not gonna fit on. No, it'll be over on this side. But you can see the shape it's taking is going to match the shape at the side of the ship here. And 2 of those and 2 of those. So as I was saying, for the people who do their own custom creations at home, or I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be at home, I suppose. For the people who build their own sets, and are less excited about following instructions, a lot of these pieces, or a lot of these sets, not a lot, but frequently, you'll see a set that shows a piece on the box, and I would not be surprised if this set showed that windshield on the box somewhere. Oh, it does not. But they'll usually, if there's an exclusive piece specific to that set, they'll do that, and I think it's kind of a shady way that Lex advertises to people, hey, if you want this piece, you got to buy this whole set just to get that one piece. Sometimes they'll do that with certain colors for certain pieces, and like if there's a purple one of these and it only comes in one set, then people who need a purple one of those will have to buy that one set if they're trying to make a custom creation. Oh, whoops.
Do they still do that now that they have the Lego stores where you can buy individual pieces? Is that still a thing?
The question I'm asked is that still a thing where you can go buy individual pieces of Lego store? And the answer is absolutely yes. Because usually when you go buy individual pieces at the Lego store, the bulk pieces they have are just generic standard pieces. Yeah, it's not like you can walk in and get the exact piece that you need. In fact, there have been a few times where I've needed a piece for some reason or other, and I've tried to go into the Lego store to find them, and it's been much easier just to try to find it online and order it from some third party. And ultimately cheaper. There was actually one time where there was a... can't remember what I was building, because I don't normally... It was not. I don't normally... most of the time I like following Lego instructions. I don't usually go off the book too often. But for whatever reason, there was something I was working on, and there were... I want to say there was 2 pieces that I needed. Like I needed 2 of these in tan or something, so they were normal enough pieces that I thought, oh, they probably have this at the Lego store. So I went into the Lego store and scoured the bins and actually found them, I went up to the cash register and said, okay, I need these 2 pieces. How much? And the guy was like, oh, well, normally we sell pieces by the cupful. And so, and I looked at him, I said, okay, well, I need these 2 pieces. Should I just pay you for a whole cup? And he kind of looked at him and looked at me, and I was like, can I give you a quarter? Like, it's like, just put them in your pocket and walk out of the store. So he just let me have them. And that was the last time, because I actually kind of felt bad that I walked out of the store with free Lego pieces, even if it was just 2 pieces. But point being, it was certainly not worth it to him to sell me 2 pieces. Also, it was the manager of the store, so it's not like he did not know who I was. I've sort of bought many things from him before. How much? Exactly what Lex just said. Yes, that. Whew. Okay. We are almost done with this tray. Getting close. Just need to do some detail work on our steel plating here. Assuming that's what it is. That's what I'm going to call it. 422. That's actually a good question. I don't know if I had a quarter on me or not. I feel like maybe I might have grabbed one on my way out of the house, thinking I might need to use it to buy my Legos, or the 2 pieces. Oh no, good question. I do not remember. All right, this is a cool thing here. So get it put together. I'll hold it up to show you. I can remember how it works. Okay, so this is not quite right. And why is it not quite right? What am I doing wrong? These are supposed to tuck in. That goes down there. Like that. That all looks right. Huh. So here's the issue that I'm running up against right now. This section right here, it's supposed to tuck down and in, but something's not lining up the right way. And I don't know what I did here. That all looks right. That all looks right. That's there. Having a little bit of a problem. That's all right. It's almost like this hole is off by 1. What's wrong here? That doesn't fit down. Yeah, something is wrong. There. Is this area off by 1? No. I think we're in. There. Oh, is that where these things need to go? Oh, yeah. Okay. Figured it out. The blasters were on the wrong spot. Okay. Fixed. Okay. See. So now what? Now you can see. I don't think a shot. I don't think that calls for a shot. So you can see from this area right here that the blasters actually come out of the side of the vehicle. Otherwise, they're flush. And then when called upon, they can pew pew. So tuck away nicely right there. There we go. And we'll attach it to the side of the ship here. That is attached to that. And that needs to be on that. There we go. Nice. Okay, now let's presumably build the other half. This side over here. That looks exactly like what we're doing. So, boring because it's the same thing we just did, but it must be done. So, try to fly through this one quickly. Apologies for the slight slowdown there. I'm going to say the instructions could have been a little bit more clearly marked. I feel like I've had that same problem when I was building this set the last time, or at some point before.
We're all running together.
It's really warm in here right now, so I don't need the added warmth of a liquid coat. Plus, we obviously don't want to be setting a bad example for any of the youth out there watching today's stream. Don't want to get a BUI.
You're not going anywhere.
No, a BUI.
Yeah, that's nice if you want to bounce.
Oh, building.
The BUIs are looking.
Well, I'm not saying that it's not a real thing. I just think it's a different real thing than the real thing you're talking about. Oh, wonderful. I hope I did. Luckily, everything's lining up correctly right now. That's good. Oh boy. Sometimes when you're building the mirror side of something, after building it the first time, it just sort of feels like eating your vegetables. It's okay. I know I gotta, but it's kind of boring.
You refused to get a burger yesterday because it had something green on it.
I don't understand why there's so much sass coming from off camera right now. Maybe we can get a CaseyBuilds stream. How about that? One of the things that I had sort of noticed yesterday and pointed out when we were watching Robin Hood, speaking of horses, was I feel like older movies used a lot of horses in them. And even, I mean, movies today, they're still making medieval themed things, or, you know, Game of Thrones and stuff like that, where there are horses, but I feel like horses are not used as much as they used to be. You might see a couple here or there, but you don't just have tons and tons of them roaming around. Perhaps it has something to do with humane treatment of animals or something. I don't know. Alright, now let's see if we can build this frickin' laser beam on this side without making the same mistake. And this side of the build is actually going kind of quick too, which is nice. Ooh. Oh, I messed those up. Oops. Do we know what Taryn might be building this afternoon? A specific set, or just dumping out a whole sheet full of Legos and getting creative? There's no wrong answer. The only wrong answer is not playing with Legos. Well, I appear to once again be missing some pieces. How is that even possible? I did a crummy job taking this set apart last time. No, it wouldn't be in the extra piece bag. This one, do you have a dark gray 1x4 like this?
1x4?
Yeah. No? What in the world? How is that possible? I don't. Ooh, space shuttles, nice. Oh, it is in there. I must have when I was taking this. Oh! Ha! The other one I needed too. Must have been when I was taking this set apart. Maybe I was just really tired or something, and or maybe I hit the table and pieces went different ways, and I was like, well, I'll just put these in my overflow bag, and then I'll sort it out when I go to build the set. Anyway, I am shocked right now. But again, this was a previous mistake. It's not a today mistake. And I have certainly imbibed enough in the past since putting this one away to make up for the mistake that I made. So,
Sure.
oh, I am positive. So which space shuttle are we talking about? Perhaps this one? There were a whole bunch of space-themed. Well, it was the city theme, Lego theme, but they had a bunch of them a few years ago that were all space oriented. All that came out right at the same time. And I thought all of the space themed sets were really cool, so I picked them up for some future point in time. Alright, let's build our laser array and not mess it up this time. Boom. Knowing that they must attach. See, the problem was, if you look at, oh, this one's done differently anyway, But if you look at this thing here, there's basically two planes. There's this top plane and then there's this bottom plane. And if you put the lasers on this piece, they stick out too far. But if you put them down on this bottom piece, they are able to go where they need to go. So that was the mistake that I made last time. Kind of tough to show it once it was already all together, but that was the oopsie. This is another interesting piece. Oh, you already built that one. All right, very good. I got some more shovels around here, but yeah, this is another interesting piece that, once again, this is the only time I've actually seen this piece, and I can't imagine it is an exclusive to this set. It's way too specifically weird and being used in a way that is not related to it being a gear. This seems like it would be something from some other Technic set somewhere, but I haven't actually looked it up. You can, one of the things that I enjoy doing when I find an interesting piece like this, you can actually look up the part number and look in a database that will show you every set that this part has existed in. So I'm going to do that after the fact with this one to see if what it's actually from, because it's such a weird piece that I can't imagine that it was created specifically for this set. A specifically weird piece, not like this thing which clearly is meant to be what it's being used for. This one's being repurposed from something else. There we go. And that one fit right in. See? So the lasers can come right out and blast things. Blast, 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 and then tuck away for safekeeping. That connects there. Boom. And then we attach it to the side of our ship. And at the rate I've been going, we attach to the side of the ship and hope that we don't break anything else off in the process. Wow. Look at that. I didn't fail. That piece is the inside of a jet engine. Ah, okay. Good to know. I don't think I have any other sets with that in it. I do have a Technic airplane. This guy here, but it has props instead of turbines. Yeah. Actually, that set right there is one of the ones that I was thinking would be a fun one to build one of these days. It's an interesting Technic set, and I like that most of the time Technic sets are all very land-based. Lots of cars and trucks and things. So having a plane like that, it's nice to have that kind of variety. So I think I've decided that will be a CaseyBuilds one of these days. Okay. It's a cool little gun. That will attach over here. There we go. And that's the rest of this tray. This one, we're done with this step. clear. Gotta get it nice and flush. There we go. Thank you. We have the final tray here, and I think most of what that is left there is actually the stand to hold this thing. So I think as soon as I put this gun on, that's the end of this one, I believe. Yeah. So one of the things you can see here with these, I was talking about the 8 cog gears that give it a little bit of tension. So this could spin freely here, but if it didn't have that extra gear in there, the weight would just, when it was sitting here like this, it would just, gravity would pull it down. So you can actually position these guns in whichever direction you want, and it'll actually hold it in place because of that extra little cog in there. Okay, we have a stormtrooper who is upset, presumably because he's a stormtrooper. Why would you ever want to be a stormtrooper? There we go. Put him right over there. Alright, all we have left here is to build a stand for this thing, and then we're all done. So 3:45, yeah, we'll still be done by 4. This won't take more than 15 minutes. Should be quick. Especially because these pieces were laid out so nicely. One, 2, 3, 4. Cordy, did you actually have a jet with that piece inside of it? Or were you just speaking from your years of experience in the airline industry? Airport set. Got it. Oh, 6 p.m. in Montana, of course. Sorry, I always frequently forget that we are a this is a global stream, and that some people are in different time zones than I am. So that means this is definitely dinner time for you guys. I don't know if maybe you were eating during the stream, or if you were waiting for it to be done, but we are close. Almost done. A lot of these pieces are bigger pieces, so while it looks like the tray is somewhat full, it'll actually it's gonna fly right by. 2, 2, oriented this way. It's almost 5. Oh, so you're only an hour ahead of us in Montana. Because it's almost 4 here now. Okay. So a 2-hour build for us. Ours started at 2 here. It started at 3 o'clock for you guys. Alright. This guy lock in. So I know I've mentioned this in previous builds before, but this just reminded me. One of the things that I find interesting, that's kind of a dorky thing to find interesting, which I say as I play with Legos, these black stands that they create to hold various ships and things. I always am interested in seeing how they change them, because every set the stand is different, and some of them could certainly just almost be exactly the same to hold whatever set you're building, but even more so than just simply being different because it needs to be able to hold a ship in a different way, they're all kind of constructed just a little bit differently, and I don't know why that's a thing for me, but I like seeing the way that you have to put these stands together, because they're always unique, and there's enough variety to them that it's, if you're looking for something to find interesting, it's just it's as good as anything else. What did I miss? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I didn't miss anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one has a unique challenge to be able to hold this monster up. Obviously, it's a bigger set, but also because of the way it can either go horizontal or vertical, they obviously just chose a direction that it would be oriented, and that's totally fine. But when I hold it up, I'll show you the back of this thing. It would have taken some doing to be able to know where the support parts are on this thing to hold it up. Okay, that's all good. Let's tighten it up somewhat here. Alright, so those need to go through there. Like that. And then this will hold it in place on this side. Similarly, this will hold this in place on this side. There we go. Yep, that all lines up. So we have this interesting structure here. And you will quickly see why it needs to be as interesting as it is. Alright, so we have this nice stand here, and So normally when it's laying here flat on the table, you can see all of these little indents here. These are from the clear pieces I was talking about yesterday. So it's just barely off the surface of the table. If you look down close, it looks like it's actually just floating. It's a couple of studs high, but it is also meant to be able to sit this way, and this is why we put Boba Fett oriented the way we did. If you look at the back of this thing, there's a whole lot of detail on here, which would make it difficult to be able to find the right spot to hold it. But if you look, there's a couple of little holes here which were intended to have this guy fit in perfectly, like so. So that goes in there, and then this guy can sit right. Ta-da! So, very cool set. Oops. I missed. There we go. It's supposed to fit in down there too. Alright. Our name placard fell off. But you can see these can pivot. If you look, I'm going to take it back off of that guy. If you look underneath, I don't know if I'm going to really be able to show this too well. There's a hatch. No, we'll put that back together. Yeah, put that back together in a second. If you look down here on the bottom, so underneath there's a hatch door right here, and if the hatch door opens, the carbonite Han can actually swing out and be removed. So it's kind of tough to get it out now. It's way easier when you're going through the inside, and this is what I was talking about earlier, is that this is one of the things in the set that makes it a lot easier, or it's built to be some extra flavor for the person who's building it. It's not necessarily something that you need to be able to see once it's done. But you do have Han in carbonite here that you can remove, and somebody could walk up and take him away. As it is flying, we have the blaster. We have these blasters down here. We have these blasters that gave me issues before that can pop out of the side to do what they need to do. Blast, blaster things. Anyway, it's such a cool set. It's such a good model. I certainly made parts of this appear to be much harder than they needed to, but it's very cool, and it matches with my Baby Yoda nicely. So I think it might end up living close to Baby Yoda for a little while. But thank you all for showing up. Hopefully this was a fun build for you guys to watch, like it was for me to do. Happy Sunday, everybody. We'll definitely be back next weekend with another build. Don't know which one yet, but we got plenty to choose from. So enjoy the rest of your weekends, what you have left of them. Enjoy building spaceships or whatever you're doing. And I will hopefully see you all here next weekend. Thanks for swinging by.